This right here is one of the best purchases I've ever bought for my home theater PC for up here. It's a mouse, it's a keyboard, and it controls my laptop. You press this button here and you get a cursor, and you just air mouse it, kind of like a Nintendo Wii. Like, you move the thing up, cursor goes up. You move it down, cursor goes down. You click the center button, you click. You can do all your keyboard work on the back. And it was 20 bucks on Amazon, and it's freaking awesome. It has a USB dongle that you plug into the computer like any other cordless mouse. Wouldn't recommend playing around a Fortnite with it, mind you, but you could definitely use this here as a home theater control module, and it's small and cute like a remote. So that's cool. Anyway guys, what's really going on? It's Saturday here on the Logan Life. I think it's August the 3rd or 4th or some shit. I could check my watch, I think it has date on it. It is August 4th. It's Heritage Weekend in town. Every year I seem to make a video on this weekend, even when I'm not vlogging all the time. Oh yeah, my pants don't fit. Son of a bitch. They're falling down right now as we speak. I'm not wearing my belt. I just kind of woke up this morning, threw the pants on, came and let the dog out, and then took a massive dump. That's one thing, guys, that I can say since I started this diet. Pooping. Far and few between. Well, let me tell you, I'm fixing that. There's a guy back in the Ontario days who used to drink this shit called Metamucils, and he would just go off like a racehorse. He would drink it, and then like half an hour later, in the pooper, just dropping his guts. So I thought, okay, let me look up the ingredients and see what it has. It's got a lot of dietary fiber, and it's got a lot of other evacuation influencing items. So I was like, yeah, I'll buy a can. So what I do now is, like last night when I got home at 11, I played some PUBG. And then, son of a bitch, I thought I had a full thing of water in this coffee cup. Grr, arg. Got home last night and I rocked myself a, after PUBG I had some Metamucils. And then I rocked a wicked dump. And then I got up this morning and rocked the second dump, and I'm so happy. I've been actually tempted. I should turn the screen up. This camera's been losing focus lately on the vlogs, and I want to make sure that doesn't happen. But I should probably do a colon cleanse, I was thinking. Like, my buddy back in the Ontario days, yeah, back in the Ontario days, he did one, and it took him a week, and you can't eat food, that's the only downside. You basically fast and you just take in this like drink, and it goes in and it scrubs your colon, and you end up dropping about 20 pounds of rubber into the toilet. At least that's how he described his evacuations, as a rubbery substance that smelt like black death. In the end, he said that he noticed more energy from food, probably because there wasn't so much crud on his sidewalls of his intestine. Therefore, he could actually digest more food. I don't know how that works. I'm not a dietitian, but it makes sense, right? If you have no obstructions on your sidewalls, then you could probably take one hell of a shit, or digest some food and then take one hell of a shit. And I've been thinking about all the bullshit that I've been putting into my body over the years, right? And all the damage that I've done to myself, like all the 1,500, 2,000 bags of chips, and all the it's just bullshit. Foods, processed, chicken fingers, and I'm getting sick and tired of wearing pants right now, people. You can't see it, but every 15 seconds I'm reaching down and pulling them up because they're like my wiener's out, you know what I mean? Like, because they go that low. I feel like one of those stupid kids who doesn't wear his pants around his waist, wears them around his knees because he thinks, I'm a gangster. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm making a bulletproof coffee because I need a bulletproof coffee. So yeah, we played PUBG last night. I don't get that game, guys. I really don't. I make fun of Fortnite all the time, because the game, I just don't like the concept, and I've played it a couple times. I'm going to admit to it. It's not like I'm making fun of the game and I never tried it. You always got to try before you make fun of something. And the game is very stupid. I don't like the concept of building like Minecraft, PUBG, if you will. One thing PUBG has going for it. Okay, you guys are aware there's these new tablets coming out from Microsoft. Sorry for the shaky camera, guys. It's not easy to do this one-handed. You know there's new tablets coming out from Microsoft. They're releasing the Surface Go. Chances are by the time this video goes live, they're already out. Well, Justine got one sent to her for review purposes from Microshaft. Bulletproof Coffee! She did an unboxing video of it and showed how it works and all that and all the specs, and you know, she's dicking around with it, showing how you can use it in day-to-day life. Decides, hey, let's see how Fortnite runs on this thing. Now, if you haven't seen this new Surface Go, it literally is an Intel Pentium Gold series, some new processor from Intel, 2 cores, 4 threads, running at an ultra low TDP of like 5 watts. Not exactly a supreme contender. It has the UHD chipset from Intel of 615, I believe it is. Should bang the camera off my closet. And you know, for a simple little Windows S, Windows S. For a simple little Windows S laptop, basically running for about 700, 800 bucks after you buy the keyboard and shit. It's not too bad. Like, it's not something you're gonna play PUBG on or any other high intense gaming, but if you're looking for a laptop that you can use to consume media or to play music on or whatever, light gaming like flash gaming and shit like that, then you'll be fine. But if you're looking for a laptop to game on, and this is not the one for you. Actually, I don't think any Surface product's the one for you. Anyway, she got one for review. It's a little 10-inch Windows 10 S that you can take out of S mode and you can run it in Windows 10 mode. You can turn off the safety features. And Windows S is basically you can only run Windows Store apps on it. You can't go on the web and download like VLC or Google Chrome, install it on there and roll with it. You have to run Windows Store apps. It keeps you from downloading some bogus shit software from some random site and infecting your rig. So for people who are afraid of PCs because they might get a virus, Windows S mode is the answer for them. But it really hinders the operation of the PC. I digress. The fact that Fortnite ran on this tablet, yet PUBG wouldn't even load, is really bad. And the thing is it didn't run bad on the tablet either. It ran pretty good. Justine was getting about 25 to 30 frames per second all day. And she was actually doing she actually got a kill, or she dropped a guy. Knocked him down. But it's like PUBG is spending all this time trying to make DLC for their frickin' game so they can get more money, but they haven't even optimized the current engine. I think there's another company who runs like this. I believe they call themselves Chrysler. I had to modify my belt. Ripped a couple more holes in it with the Walt. And the end was too long, so I just took a friggin' pair of side cutters and chopped it. It's a shitty belt. I paid like 10-15 bucks for it at Walmart. Yeah, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do to get shit did. And because I don't care about this belt, I decided to modify it. It's the way she goes. So normally when I wake up in the morning, I usually have I usually wake up at around, like this week here, because I work 3 to 11. I was getting up at around 11 a.m. Getting up, making my fat coffee or my bulletproof coffee, whatever you want to call it. It's a coffee. Just opening up my Bubba keg. I need some more water. Go through water nowadays like no other, let me tell you. So I normally make my bulletproof coffee, go upstairs, put something on. Lately I've been watching that TV show Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Never seen it. It's available on either Crave or Prime. I can't remember what service I'm watching it on. But that's what was playing in the background of the Air Mouse video that I put on at the beginning of this vlog. It was Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I've been watching that, and I need 2 hands to put this tray back in the freezer. So what I do is I have my coffee, watch some television, go on Facebook, see what people are narcissisting about, you know, the usual. And then I come downstairs, hop on the bike, and I do about 10 to 15 minutes worth of high intense interval training. Now, what that is, it's also known as HIIT, H-I-I-T. I'm pretty sure I talked about it already. But basically what it is intermittent speeds on the bike. Okay, the HIIT I'm running is 40 seconds rest, 20 seconds, give her shit. So in 20 seconds, you go. Hit it down. Like basically you want to just go to the point where your legs are sore, burning, hurting, ouch time, because you're really pushing it. Like, you know, when you go for a power walk and you get that burn, that's what you want. Because then when you get into resting mode, when the 40 seconds is up and you got to go into resting, that's when your heart rate's going to start going up. You're going to get into the cardio zone. Now, it's been scientifically proven that doing 15 minutes of HIIT is equivalent to the same as walking on a treadmill or riding a bike at a medium pace for 2 hours. You'll burn the same amount of calories. And that comes to my next thing. I just read the comments on the cheeseburger video, the keto burger. And obviously it's an older video and I didn't get a chance to talk about this. This actually came up in work yesterday. See, the boss, he noticed the one guy at work who got us on this diet, that he lost a boatload of weight. Like, he went down big time in weight. Got shrunk, everything. He's more energetic in the days. He's not so slouchy, not so lost for sauce, you know what I mean? Like, he can actually go in early morning, and when he leaves at 4, he's not yawning. He's good to go. He's in it to win it. So he, for some reason my TV is on Tragically Hip, and I don't know why. Showing Gord Downey in a toque. I don't know what's going on with that. But anyway, so he's like really feeling good now. So then we got into it, me and my co-worker got into it, and we've been doing good. We've lost a bunch of weight. I don't even know what I'm at right now. It's kind of hard to do this. It's going to throw it off because I'm holding this camera. But let's see if we can tap the old scale here. Don't step on the scale. You're going to throw my stats off. Stupid kitty. So we are sitting at 283. 283 now, boys. So to me, that's pretty good. Like, my starting weight, and I couldn't use this weigh scale to check my starting weight. I had to use the one at work in the health office because it was one of those where you got like the slider things where you stand on it and then you slide the weights, and when the top bar balance, the doctor's scale, I guess they call, I don't know. Anyway, I was 325 pounds when I started this, and this was back, I want to say, shortly after we got our big raise. So back in June, I would say about May 20, yeah, I would say really late May, early June. I can't remember. I didn't even vlog that I was starting this diet. I didn't even vlog that I was starting doing anything. But back then I was doing it wrong. When I came into work yesterday, the boss was chatting with my colleague about it, and the boss was like, so you can just eat anything you want as long as it's high in fat. And he's like, oh yeah, it's great. All you do is, like, oh, you want to have a coffee in the morning? Put a stick of butter in it and have a coffee and you won't be hungry. And it's like, whoa, 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 back the truck up. You can't just do that. Like, you still have to worry about things. Like, you still have to worry about your cholesterol intake and your calories and getting proper nutrition. That's why, like, I eat vegetables, even though they have carbs in them. You know, I have the good vegetables, the cabbages, the broccolis, that disgusting shit called kale, you know, spinaches, the cauliflowers. You can't just call it the friggin' let's drink a cup of butter diet and expect to be healthy as frig. Is she attacking my cable for my foot thing? I don't know what she's doing. She's a weirdo, but he's even worse. Look at him. Look at him. I don't know what he's doing. Being stupid. Such a stupid. See how stupid he is? He's a stupid. So I told the boss, I'm like, listen, the way it works is yes, you do want high fat content. Your macros, like what, I'll explain it after. Your macros for keto, they say, should be 65% fat. What was it? 65% fat, 25% protein, and then like 10% carbs. I've been doing 5% carbs and more protein because I'm lifting. I'm flexing, if you will, because of the Bowflex. But I'm also using free weights as well. I finally found the damn things. They're hiding back there. So I've been doing the free weights and the flexing on the Bowflex, and, you know, building up some resistance and feeling sore as frig, to the point where the other day I was gonna vlog, but I couldn't even lift the camera. I didn't even want to hold the camera up. It was hurting my arms too much because I beat the shit out of them so much. But I also, like my Fitbit, for instance, along with this other machine I have upstairs, which tells you your BMI and fat body content, I was able to put all that shit into the Fitbit app, and along with my heart rate, it says I burn, just resting, not doing anything physical, I'll burn 3,300 calories in a day. Doing nothing, just playing video games and sitting at my desk. 3,300 calories. With all the extra stuff I do, I burn about 3,600 to 3,800. And this applies for any diet out there. Vegan diet, paleo, keto. If you want to burn body fat, or if you want to lose weight, a lot of people just want to, I just want to burn body fat. You have to be in a deficiency. You have to be in a caloric deficiency, because that's going to make your body go, shit, we're out of fuel, pull from the reserves. And it's going to pull from fat. And that's what you want. That's how you're going to lose your weight. You can't just wake up in the morning, go into the fridge, grab a brick of cream cheese, down it, follow it by a stick of butter, and go, well, got my fat intake for the day. Or worse, is what he was doing is in the morning he'd wake up, have some eggs, that's fine. For lunch, he'd have a bag of beef jerky, okay. And then for dinner, he'd eat a bag of pork rinds. So he was getting in, yeah, about 1,000 to 1,200 calories. But he was like, man, I feel like shit. And I said, I hope so. Like, what's going on here? Like, you can't live off of this fucking garbage. Like, you gotta get your nutritions in. I'm like, at least pop a multivitamin or something. You're having malnutrition right now. You're low on your minerals. You need that. Bring in the friggin' veg. Like, eat a vegetable of some kind. And then when I brought in the crack slaw, he was like, oh wow, that looks pretty good. And I was like, yeah, it's easy to make too. It's just beef and veg. Blend it together, pour it in a bowl, and drive it in your face. Last night, I made another pizza. I ran out of the crack slaw this week, so I was like, well, shit, I need something. So I made a smaller version of the pizza that I made on the video, and a little personal pan, and I brought that in. It was about the size of actually the burger bun that I made, that the video that came out today. The burger bun, but flatter. So I used about a half of what the ingredients called for, and flattened it out and made myself a nice little personal pan pizza. And I used salami instead of pepperonis to cut the carbs out even harder. Pizzas are amazing with bacon. Oh, and I put some ground beef on it too. I browned up a little bit of ground beef and sprinkled that onto it, and made it a little bit nicer. And I had that yesterday, and my boss, like, when he saw the pizza, he's like, wait, you're having pizza? And I was like, you want a slice? And he's like, yeah, give me a little slice. So I cut him off a little piece, and he tried it out, and he goes, wait, what's this crust? And I'm like, cream cheese, mozzarella cheese, almond flour, 1 egg. And he's like, wow. He's like, what's the macros for this? So I gave him the macros and showed him. He's like, and you made this? And I said, yeah, man, I made it last night and prepped it for today. And he's like, Jesus. He's like, so you cook all your own food? I said, well, yeah. I said, and then I told him about, you know, there's 2 things you need as a bachelor. One's an air fryer, the other one's an Instant Pot. I'll stand by that. Instant Pots, man, life saver. Awesome. It's a slow cooker, rice cooker, friggin' pressure cooker. It's the cooker of cookers when you gotta cook. You know what I mean? Awesome sauce. But then we got talking, and he's like, so are you doing any workouts? And I told him I'm doing cardio. I usually do cardio 5 days a week. I'm probably gonna skip today. It's getting pretty late. I might hit it tomorrow, we'll see. But I'm gonna take a day off today. Like, I'm already 2,000 calories into my burning, and me pacing back and forth about 1,000 steps in. This is why I like pacing. I'm getting my steppies. Hey Dad, I'm getting my steps. Ever since Mom and Dad got their Fitbits, Mom has a Zip, Dad has the Alta. He's been adamant about getting us 10,000 steps a day. So to the point where if he's not there after supper, he'll go in the backyard and then pace around it. And it's going to get to the point where grass will no longer grow in that path, and he'll just decide to pave it and make a walkway so he has a sprinting track in the backyard. Back in the day when I lost all my weight, 2003, 2004, 2005, I invented my own diet based off of knowledge I gathered from the interwebs. And basically what that diet was I was measuring everything in grams. So at the time, I was 278 pounds when I started it, and I wanted to lose weight but gain a lot of muscle mass. So the diet said, your weight in pounds is how many grams of protein you need to eat in a day. Cool, I can do that. Your weight in, and then carbs, no more than 150 grams of carbs in a day. After doing keto, hey, you know what? That's definitely me. And then fat content, no more than 50 grams of fat in a day. But 50 grams of fat in a day, that's all you were allowed. And your caloric intake had to be below your BMI, or below your caloric burn. So at the time, I was probably burning more because I was younger. I was about 24 years old, 23, 22, somewhere around there. Can't remember how old I was. I don't want to do math right now. Math hurts my brain. Thinking about it, I did really good. I was going to the gym. Like me and Angry Joe, we had ourselves gym memberships at the Good Life. At the time it was Nautilus. We would go in there. I developed a workout program based off of shit I got off the internet from a site called Muscle Hack. Every day was a different routine, but every day the routines would target specific areas, but they would target them differently. Like when you did curls the one day, you did them flat arm, you know, and the next day you do them hammer arm, basically to target the biceps. That's just an example. Attacking the triceps. One day you would do layover bench extensions. The next day you would use ropey. Ropey was this, I called it ropey, I don't know, there's probably a real term for it. It's a rope with a hook in the middle. You clip it onto a cable device. I wish this thing had a lap bar so I could use ropey again on it. And what I pointed to is my Bowflex. Because ropey would get your triceps freaking burning to the point where when they healed, you could probably have massive arms. Like, I was actually really good. And the funny thing is my buddy Bernie actually shared a picture on Facebook the other day. I'm sorry for the quality. The guy who took the picture was inside of a building and took it with an old shitty 2000-ish cell phone. But I'll try to post that picture right here and you'll see what I'm talking about. Like, this is back in the day. Yeah, that's my Trans Am. That there is my Trans Am. And that's my buddy's Golf. Back in the day, I was about the same size as my buddy Bernie. And we were both rocking it. You know, he had his Golf, I had my Trans Am. We cruised around the streets and just, I wasn't fat. I was thin. I was a good, well-fit guy. I didn't have a six-pack, but I also didn't have a beer keg. You know what I mean? So, because I was doing that diet and I was losing all this weight and getting fit and feeling good, and there's some other stuff that went down back in that era. But, you know, that was back in that time, 2003, 2004, when I was really giving her at the gym. That diet really worked well, and I almost decided to go back to that diet instead of doing keto, mainly because it opened up the door for more opportunities, more foods, like things that I miss, like apples and oranges and other items of such, you know. Potatoes, I miss potatoes, I miss rice. And the thing is now that I portion control my food that I eat, and I actually measure it out, when it says you're only supposed to have a half a cup of rice, or X amount of grams, I bought a scale that most people use for measuring their weed. I actually bought it for its proper use to measure food, and I measure out a gram. Like the chocolate I buy, that 90% cacao, it says 3 squares or 100 grams is those macros. I took 3 squares and threw them on my scale. They weighed in at 111 grams. I'm like, okay, this is wrong. Why isn't this measuring out right? They lied to me. They didn't measure it properly. Then again, these chocolate bars are pressed in a factory by a machine that, you know, sometimes shit leaks out and you get a couple more grams out of a bar. Some people wouldn't complain about the consistency, but whatever, it's the way she goes. But if you're off a couple grams, you're off a couple grams. The almonds I eat, I buy a little tin of Planters almonds. I think I have them down here, actually. I buy a little tin of these things, okay? I've been eating these all week. This little tin, it's 200 grams. That's it. 200 grams. You're only allowed to have 0.33 grams, as the internet says, 23 almonds. Now you're probably thinking, 23 almonds? Are you serious? Why even bother? Get up in the morning, come downstairs, have my coffee, rock some HIIT, finish HIIT at about 12:30ish, because I got up at 11, spent an hour dawdling, just trying to wake up, get some energy in me, have a coffee, relax for a bit. Get downstairs, rock HIIT, done HIIT by around 12:30, jump in the shower, clean myself up. It's 1 o'clock. I still have 2 hours before I gotta go to work. I'd make myself 2 eggs on the stove and maybe have a cup of broccoli with it, just to have some greens in the morning, if I felt like it. Or I'd make some bacon and eggs. Go to work. Now I'm at work. It's 3. 3 to 5, don't eat anything. At 5 o'clock, I bust out my almond snack pack, 23 almonds, because my stomach's starting to get a little, telling me like maybe you should put something in me to digest. I eat my 23 almonds. I am good now until 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock when I have my dinner. I have my dinner at 9. I don't touch a single piece of food now until the next day after. So I have a little, what do you call it, intermediate fast from 8-ish, we'll say 9, from 9 till about noon 31 the next day, 9 p.m. till 1. So that's, I don't know, gotta be about 16 hours of fast. The only difference between what I do now and what I did back in the day is keto diet, and it's working again. I'm really impressed with the results. Now, you know, I bought some stuff that you probably don't need to buy, like this shit. Yes, it's good. I'm gonna tell you right now, this stuff here is good, but you probably don't need it. I like it in my coffee because some days, if I don't feel like eating, I just make myself a bulletproof coffee. Like today, I haven't had any food yet. All I've done was have my bulletproof coffee in the morning. I was able to go up until supper, which is apparently soon. Well, I can eat whenever. I gotta go to the store anyway and do some meat shopping. I got some stuff in the freezer. Like I got this here shit. And I gotta do something with these because I can't eat them. Chicken egg rolls, like I can't have that anymore. I got some beef over there. I got some beef down under, but I really want a steak. I really want to. And I got some fish. I got some cod and some, what is this? Haddock. Haddock and bassa. I don't know, never, in all my life of fishing, I never once pulled a haddock or a bassa out of the lake, so it's probably fish from not around these parts, or they're farm fish, I don't know. I heard tilapia is not the best kind to eat anymore, so I've been avoiding that, and it tastes like soil. Got a tickle in my nose. I think I'm gonna have to use that nose hair trimmer again and blast it. Came down here for water, made a huge ass entry on the vlog, eh? Jesus, I'm sorry guys that this vlog is just me walking around and talking. I've been doing a lot of researching on this diet and a lot of researching on dieting and exercising and the do's and don'ts, and because you got to educate yourself. You can't just go watch a YouTube video and call yourself an expert. And the other thing you can't do is when somebody chirps you online and says you're doing it wrong, you need to go and prove them wrong, or see if they're actually right and look up the research. Don't just fly off the handle and attack them. Figure it out, you know? We're getting there. 283. I like those numbers, boys. I like those numbers. Look at the size of that mutant grasshopper. Jesus. You know what's funny? I've only ever done my lawn this year. Like twice. I've only mowed it. And like, look at the front yard. It's just dead. Dead. Lovely. Okay, we're home. Grocery haul's over here, so let's see what we got. Bought some chicken wings, because I freaking love chicken wings. Here's the deal on the steaks. I was wrong, it was $8 or $8.50. But look at these steaks. These are good looking steaks. So good looking, I bought 2 packs. I sure did. Some chicken wrapped in bacon, because I like that kind. And one of these pork sirloin wrap thing. I don't know, it's a log of meat. It's a meat log. Log of meat. You know, I'm filming this all wrong. I should have the camera behind the light, not the light behind in front of the camera. Some pork rinds and some stuff for the steak. What the hell do they call this? Montreal steak spice. And this stuff is like awesome on steaks. I do like my S&P, but sometimes I like a little finesse. Okay, so I'm definitely having steak, but I'm also gonna mix a bunch of broccoli and cauliflower together. 1 cup of each, and gonna let them steam. I put some soy sauce in there to add to the water, give it a little bit of a flavor. Should be good. Let's hit it. Oh dude, I found my old wannabe Gorilla Pod out here. Sweet. I used to use this in the G6 in the back of the headrest. I'm gonna use it with this camera. I think it's on there, so now I can hold it like those other vloggers, like an idiot. I'm gonna extend the legs and tripod mode it. Sweet. Sweet. I'm hearing a lot of noise from my barbecue that usually signifies it's running low on propanes. I hope I can get through this barbecue sesh. Man, she's hot out here. I'm gonna go ahead and turn on this fan and get some air circulating. Alright. Stupid me decides to barbecue on a night like this, but it's a good thing I went inside. I forgot the #1 most important ingredient when barbecuing. Beer. Because I did what I always do, and that's when I'm using the pressure cooker. I forgot to turn the pressure valve on so that it actually pressurizes the chamber. Completely forgot to do that. And I shouldn't shake this around when it's open because I just dusted myself with seasonings. But I'm gonna coat my steaks with this. Get them looking good. Oh, I already have one out here? Oh, I already have one out here. Didn't have to buy another one. Oh, whatever. More the merrier. I gotta barbecue more often. Like, it's friggin' August, and I've barbecued 3 times this summer. Pathetic. And I don't know why I'm running out of gas. I did barbecue a lot in the winter, to be fair. Anyway, guys, I have a feeling that the steak is done because she looked done, and it's a good thing I lit the barbecue the way I did because I left that far element on. Left it on from the last time I barbecued. Luckily the gas, I turn it off after every barbecue session, but I did leave it on. So I was wondering, I'm like, why is there fire coming out of that element? I never turned that one on. I just turned on the 2 middle ones. Well, now I know, and knowing is half the battle. Yep. So the veg is all done and steaming up my lens. Yup. Cut up the second steak because you're probably wondering, like, oh, you're gonna eat 2 steaks tonight? I'm hungry enough. I probably could have, but I don't need to. So I put some veg over here in this tray here, some 23 almonds in there, and the steak. And this is gonna be my lunch for the long weekend Monday because there's nothing open to get food. So, sweet. So I used a bit too big of a plate, but there's my dinner. A steak and some cauliflowers and broccoli. Grand total, 900 calories. But if you take into mix what I ate today, which was just a fat coffee at 250 calories, I'm only 1100 calories into my day. So I still got room for beers. And those beers are only 80 calories a piece. And I still got room for the pork rinds. So we're doing her, we're getting there. So right on, right on. Anyway, actually I'm gonna leave that open, let it cool down so I can clean out the pot. I'm gonna go eat and edit up what I have already. And if I decide to make some more on tonight, I will. All right. Peace. Alright guys, well it's about 2 o'clock in the morning. We tried to play some PUBG, but it was being a dick, so we ended up jumping into GTA with the other guys and helping them out doing there's like things you can do now, like businesses you can run in GTA. So we just helped them to get their money from that and, you know, whatever, had fun. It was different. Haven't played GTA in like a year. Looks pretty good at 144 hertz, I will say. Other than that, GTA. Really can't wait for Red Dead Redemption 2. Been too long since Red Dead Redemption 1. Anyway, people, I'm shutting her down here, so hopefully you enjoyed today's video. If you did, click that like button. Any questions, comments, concerns, down below they go. And until next time, people, peace the frig out.